Is it possible to be with your twin flame? Well, hello, we are Laurentiu and Alexandra, and we are twin flames in Harmonious Union. So, yes, it is possible to be with your twin flame. But there are a couple things that you have to consider while you go on this journey to really, have the most of it and to be able to have what we have as well.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, you need to understand that this is a lifestyle when it comes to being with your twin flame. It's not just a practice, it's not something that you just do a bit, you have a spiritual practice for a little bit and then you don't. It's something that you have to just, the way you live, you have to change. You have to change how you think about this relationship to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
We had so many things that we had to work through to just make it very harmonious between each other, with how we see each other, how we feel, how we deal with stuff, how we work through upsets, how we work through anything into our life.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I think like this is a good point because there's not like a single point, like big decision that you need to make to be with your twin flame. Yes, in a way, like you need to make the decision, but like in order for you to physically manifest your twin flame union, you need to take action into your life in order to align with that and make changes into your life and heal ultimately blocks that keep you in separation. That's the biggest thing, and it's something that we actually see a lot of people that they start doing and they have success, and then usually when their twin flame gets closer or when something happens, they're like they stop doing things, and then like their twin flame suddenly disappears again. Like of course that will happen if you don't kind of maintain in your life what supports you in having like that particular goal. Yeah.
mhm.
So in this case, it's your physical twin flame union.
Exactly. And while we are at the topic of physical to flame union, it's like it is important on this journey what information you use for this path. Because there are different ways to approach this. The way we kind of see it, there are two ways to approach it. One, you just go more spiritual, you become more like a nun, or like a yogi, you go in the
Mm-hmm.
mountains, live by yourself, and you just ascend. And that's kind of a path that people have done.
Yeah.
And
This is focusing also like just on the 5D union because in the twin flame space, the spiritual space, especially there are a lot of people who say, oh, you have inner union and you have your 5D union and I feel my 5D union and I feel my inner union. Why is my 3D union not happening? Well, because you can be in that space of like just feeling your 5D union or connecting with it, but if you don't live from that space and if you don't know how to ground that
mhm,
energy into your life, then it's just gonna remain an inner experience and a 5D experience, right? So you need to make a different choice here in how you approach this journey because just meditating or just focusing on yourself and your inner self, so to say, those are great things, but if you don't do them from like a conscious space of what you want to manifest, then you're just gonna remain in this you have manifested your 5D union.
yeah, and what's really important here is to ground this relationship, as you kind of said a bit earlier, is that with all of this, yeah, sure, you may feel it, and anyway, like on this journey, even how we guide people, how we did it, it's like first union within, but then in a grounded way that you approach your twin flame, you speak with your twin flame, you have a conversation, you discuss, you interact with life. It's not
Mm-hmm.
like you retract from life. Because I feel like a lot of times I
Mm.
see people retracting themselves from life to be with their twin flame, and they will feel it in the 5D, but not having the 3D. Because in order to have in the 3D, you have to interact with the 3D as well.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people I know like experience, dark night of the soul and they have like a lot of difficult
Mm-hmm.
changes and don't get me wrong, the twin flame journey can be really, really difficult,
Mm-hmm.
at times. So if you're in a difficult space, we have been there, people have been there, everybody in the journey has been there at least once, right? So I totally understand that. But in order for you to kind of really have union, you don't need to withdraw from the journey, so to say. You don't need to withdraw from life. You need to become even more alive, even when challenges are happening. And if like something here doesn't, you know breaks down in your connection or in your life, that's an invitation for you to see, okay, why did that happen? Because things that are built with, love and with God and are, like are on a foundation of truth, they will not like break down in your life. So things break down all the time. It's okay if that happens, but if you want to experience stability, you have to like look at what exactly you are doing, that kind of continuously attracts this breaking down, so you don't experience this anymore. So for example, you can have an experience with your twin flame where you talk a little bit and then they disappear, so you have this breakdown in communication. Okay, that's totally fine. This is where you're at. 100%, a lot of people might find themselves in that situation. What you don't want to do is to treat this like, this is where I'm at, this is the best that I can ever do, and there's like, this is the peak of my relationship, or I'm broken, or he's broken, or the relationship is broken because I'm experiencing this. No, you have a pattern, yes, and it might be a difficult pattern to overcome, but you can overcome it if you are willing to look at it and treat it seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think another piece that I want to add to this, which will gonna end the video afterwards, is that um, when we have these things, you do have to allow yourself to interact with the life while you still have these experiences, and that's okay. And it's a really good way to see that. Kind of lost my idea, but it's gonna come soon. I let myself ground the idea. um, yeah, I kind of lost it.
What were you trying to say?
It's more about grounding, seeing that like you have to allow yourself for this relationship to be here and just like interact.
Yeah, like focus on real things. Like a lot of people, I feel like they abandon themselves, like trying to be there with their twin flame by abandoning themselves. Either like they give up like on self-care, or either they give up on their financial foundation, or either like, and then they find themselves like in these situations because you think like you have to let go of something in order to be with your twin flame, but you don't have to let go. And even like in a physical sense, you allow yourself to align deeper with who you truly are in this process.
Yeah.
And that's like a very grounding thing. Usually we see that a lot of people, when they go on their twin flame journey, they experience a lot of challenges in the beginning, but as soon as they start to heal, for example with us, with the mirror exercise, with the teachings of union, they get twin flame ascension school, they start to experience, for example, more financial abundance or more opportunities in their life, or they just have like miracles maybe when it comes to their purpose or their health in any way. Something that was closed in their physical life, kind of opens up, and there's like solutions right now where before there was nothing, right? And that's like the true distinction here, is like, it feels impossible right now, but as you heal, there becomes even physical avenues for you to grow, to have more love, to have more abundance, and automatically that will lead to your physical twin flame union as well.
Yeah, and I remember exactly what I wanted to say as you said it. Thank you, twin flame.
That's how it works.
So, like the thing that I wanted to share as a closing thoughts is that, sometimes I get to speak with people that get in a space where they feel good in their life, but they don't know what's going on. They're like, okay, I feel good with myself, I feel good in my life, but no movement with my twin flame. And that's what we were discussing a bit earlier. If you go on the path of more being in the 5D, you can feel good, and then you're not going to have problems, you're not going to have more upsets, you're not going to have more things. And that's when you ground, that's when you're going to have the next things. Because, like, depending on which path you choose. When you choose to be with your twin flame physically, you have to engage with the physical, and then you're going to get the blocks, and you're going to get the emotions, you're going to get the things that you need to heal to be with your twin flame physically. But if you're not going towards that, you're not going to get those emotions that you need to move through to be with your twin flame. You're going to be, I feel good. Because that's the path you chose, to be just good with yourself.
Yeah.
So that's the last thing that I wanted to share. And yeah, it's possible to be with your twin flame. We are together. We've been together for 9 years at this point. So definitely possible.
Yeah. Good. Well, subscribe to our channel for more content from us. And if you ever want personal support on your twin flame journey, do let us know. We offer, some free calls or opportunities to work with us. Usually check in the description or on our website how you can do that. But until then, hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.
Bye.